When Conquest arrived in the invincible Earth for the very first time, saying, "Prepare for my arrival, worm," I about lost my freaking mind. I was excited. I knew it was coming, but to watch it happen on the screen, it was pretty damn exciting. But I think a lot of us have definitely thought about the aspect of Conquest not holding back from the very beginning. I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious who was winning the fight for the majority of the fight in terms of Conquest versus Mark. It took a hell of a lot for something to actually occur in terms of giving Mark an opening to actually stop Conquest. From him obviously finding at least moments himself to actually destroy parts or hurt Conquest, and or also destroy his insane arm that he has off of his normal arm. But it also took an Adam Eve reawakening, or basically an Adam Eve awakening, to put Conquest on the back foot, hurt him bad enough that it would give Mark an opening to actually do something. But what would have happened if Conquest didn't hold back from the start, from the very beginning? From the start when he said, "Prepare for my arrival, worm," and he began speaking to Mark and telling him what exactly was going to happen, what would have happened if he didn't hold back? I think obviously enough, we could pretty much say that Mark would be put in a way worse situation, or possibly ended a lot sooner. Like, he could be straight up ended almost immediately. But we obviously know that Mark has some resistance there. He has some strength in, defending himself. And I truly believe if Conquest did start from, 100% immediately, well, I think Mark could hang with him for a tiny bit. Like, enough to the fact that you might have other people show up before he, kicks the bucket. So there's a good chance he does kick the bucket early on, like, almost right off the bat. But there is a small bit of chance that even though Conquest has this vast superior combat experience and ruthlessness, he would still be able to survive Conquest just long enough until other people could arrive. Now, with that said, I mean, if we have Oliver arrive, I think something would vastly more horrible and brutal would happen to Oliver, for one. For two, I don't think it would be any question that he would need Cecil's help. That Oliver, that Mark, that everyone else that joins into that fight would need Cecil's help and a lot of the other heroes' help ASAP. We saw the other heroes show up at the very, very end when Mark had him beaten, but they would need help right away. So we're talking every single hero, every single guardian, every single person there. You would freaking need every aspect, every person of Earth's defenses to arrive on the scene to do freaking something. If it means basically lose your life for the greater good to give Mark an opening, or just flat out just hope and pray for the best that you could somehow even make this guy bleed just a little bit, it would all amount to whatever the outcome would eventually be. But I think the obvious thing to say and the obvious answer is that, well, Conquest would just win. If Conquest didn't play with his food, didn't hold back, didn't mess around, and didn't toy with Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, I think we can all agree that at the end of the day, Conquest would have won far, far easier. We obviously know what eventually happens, in the normal timeline, with Mark defeating Conquest and then putting him in a prison of some sorts, which, spoiler alert, I'll give you a second, spoiler alert, it doesn't work. Surprise, it doesn't work. I think even people who haven't read the comics probably assumed that Conquest would actually get out. But, of course, we have the idea that if Conquest didn't hold back, none of that even would have happened in the first place. Frankly, I have an 85 to 90% insurance that he would just instantly defeat Mark, aka instantly X-nay Mark, sending him to the afterlife, and nobody else really there would be able to keep up. Nobody else even there would be able to stand a freaking chance, and Conquest, he would get exactly what he wants. That's beating, fighting, and destroying every single hero and person in, well, the Invincible Earth universe. And, well, that's exactly what would happen if Conquest decided he didn't want to hold back from the very beginning, and he decided that, yeah, he wants to have fun and, play with his toys, but he's gonna do it at full capacity and at full strength. It would be a scary thing, and the inevitable would be that Conquest would just, well, have another mission completed and another thing checked off the list on why the Viltrumites are so terrified of him. Now, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a short video. I said that I was going to start doing these every so often, depending on the idea that I felt like, maybe I couldn't talk about it that much. Now, with that said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a sub, and leave a comment down below. All that good stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube believes that you'll enjoy this one, so might as well go check it out.